All right, guys, we're jumping in hot. Here we are, iNTACT Esports up against the Fundamentals. We're in the pistol round here. Willmeister's going to find the first frag over on Clum's. First match of the night was a great one, 16-14 final in favor of Reload Focus. But we're here now, iNTACT Esports, the number 2 seed, trying to secure the number 2 seed here as Willmeister's going to find a second frag on the round. Temperature goes down, but Robbie walks in and spots out Willmeister for the trade. Now they're going to try and stick the plant here at the B site. Map is Inferno, and Spongy is stacked up with Swan towards Coffins. Robbie firing away, trying to defend in a post-plant situation, but Turismo comes on the flank over at Banana, spots out Bushmaster, and ends him, leaving only Robbie standing, but Robbie still doing the work. Shake looking to get that bomb defusal, and Spongy gets the final frag on Robbie. That will be that iNTACT come out with their first round victory. We're just in time here, guys. That was a close call, but we're here. Like I mentioned, iNTACT Esports 12-2, trying to hold on to that number 2 seed. They do not have an opportunity to get number 1 because Furia, 15-0. They're not going to lose a match this season, at least in regulation. I think the playoffs will be a little more interesting because they'll be facing off against the likes of iNTACT, Masked Esports, the Fundamentals, for example. Just a lot of strong teams in the top 5 of ESEA Advanced. But Shake and Willmeister over at the B side. Willmeister's going to go down to a nice wand deep from Temperature. And iNTACT already buying up those rifles here. Does Swan only have a Glock? Okay. Swan saving up for the AWP, it seems. IGL for iNTACT is Shake Zilla. Seen that question in the chat. Turismo's going to find the frag on Deco. Swan comes up with a Glock. Gets the headshot on Temperature. Clums is going to respond on Turismo. And I think that's going to be a rifle picked up by the Fundamentals if they can get away from Swan. And they do. Robbie finds that frag. And now a 2v2. Good pistol save round here from the Fundamentals. They still have Shake with the M4A4 and full body armor, along with Spongy at the same level, but Spongy now through the wall! Clum's gonna get the wall bang on Spongy. 2K for him. Shake is the last one standing in a 2v1, and there will be some guns here for the Fundamentals to pick up if they can find them. Smoke gonna be thrown by Clums as the bomb gets planted, but Clums doing the work here with the Deagle. The Fundamentals jumping from number 5 to number 4 in terms of the standings with a victory against Clarity. That was on Dust 2, 16-8. Fundamentals playing 3 matches in a row on Dust 2 as Shake spots out Robbie. Gets a few shots in on Shake, though, before he goes down, and Shake's at 39. Clums with the Deagle makes it happen! 3K for Clums, doing the work for his squad, and he's happy. Pumped up in the round. Fundamentals strike back, tied up 1-1. And Clarity, another team that's trying to secure a playoff spot. We'll see if they'll be able to do it this season as well. But anyway, back to this one. Third round of play. iNTACT's forcing up Swan with that scout. Might seem harmless at first, but if you've seen him use it in the past, it certainly is anything but. M4A1S bought up by Turismo. 2 CZs and a Deagle round of the buy. And there you go, Swan with the headshot on Robbie. Like I said, you got to be careful here. Working around mid. Smoke thrown in, but the first frag in iNTACT's favor. 5v4. Couple of members from the Fundamentals trying to work up Banana. On the season, iNTACT, their weakest map has been Inferno. They're 1-2 on it. Their only 2 losses are on Inferno. That said, it was with their old squad that included Optimus and Nox, who are no slouches themselves. I'm not saying that they're bad players, but when iNTACT picked up Willmeister and Spongy, they won an Inferno 16-5, and a good flashbang followed up by Willmeister. Oh man, Bushmaster and Temperature full blinded. Easy frags for Will, and they're making the eco round work. Clums and Deco, the last 2 standing, trying to fire through the smoke. They do connect on Shake. Now they have to think twice. The AKs are just out of reach for iNTACT here as Clums spraying through the smoke. Molly burning away on that B site. Oh man, Clums is just firing away, hoping to connect on something. Still a lot of utility for the Fundamentals and time to work with. Good nade thrown by Deco. That's going to do a ton of damage to Spongy. More than half health of damage as he goes down to 41. Time is a ticking away though, and the Fundamentals still don't have the bomb. It's dropped at the B site. Or around Banana, excuse me. Deco throwing that flashbang in towards truck side, and now he's going to rotate back to the bomb. They have to go to B now. No choice whatsoever, but Swan with the headshot, 2 on the round, and he's making the magic happen again with that scout. Deco, the last one standing, finds Swan, 3v1, and Shake is going to get the frag on Deco, so great response by iNTACT on an eco round of their own. They respond and get the second round victory, so back and forth action so far. The Fundamentals and iNTACT living up to the hype. So the fundamentals, if they win this one, will give themselves a chance at securing that number 2 seed. If iNTACT wins, they won't clinch it. They'll have a 13-2 scoreline, but still there are some teams that could catch up to them and tie it up. Then it will come down to a tiebreak. iNTACT certainly want to win out the season. I think they were hoping to go undefeated, as Furia did. But, I mean, obviously one of them couldn't go undefeated because they played against each other. And iNTACT lost that one 16-7. Clum's going to get the headshot, though, on Turismo. He's working like Deagle again. Finds Spongy, gets it. Clums with that Deagle. He has to be shut down at some point. Picks up the MP9. Now has the AK. Swan responds for one. Looking for some more. He's going to get Bushmaster as well. Pulls out the USPS to try and spot out the third frag. But now Clums, man, is he good in these clutch situations? He's going to find a third. All 3 frags going to Clums in this round. Shake and Woolmeister still standing. Clum spotted out down to 36 HP. That nade was the right decision, but Shake now decides for the molly, which he's going to throw on default. It's a good molly to throw with Temperature stuck on that site, and then another great use of utility with the HE grenade. Woolmeister popping around the corner. Temperature and Clums are lit. Temperature's a 1 hit. Clums maybe 2. Clums firing away from pit. What a shot on Woolmeister! Clums with a 4K, looking for the ace now. Shake lined up against him, knows where he is, and Shake ends him, but Clums, what a round! That is the round of legends. But iNTACT Shake going to find a defusal. 2K for him. Swan with 3. The fundamentals with Clums there, rocking that Deagle, are always a threat on their pistol buy-ups. 3-1 for iNTACT, but already some highlight reel plays coming out in almost every single round. There's Swan finally going to get that AWP in hand. Over the last 3 matches, Swan 73 frags. And get this, 2.35 KDR. Unbelievable performance by Swan over the last 3. And there he goes again, lighting it up here at mid, finding Robbie, looking for Deco as well. Sees the shots coming out and gets it. 2K for Swan early on here. 25 seconds in. Temperature, Clums, and Bushmaster still standing, but Spongy spots out Clums. And just to round out the last 3 match stats for Swan, he's got 103 ADR. Turismo is going to get 1, almost 2. Temperature does spot him up, but goes down to 30 HP in that engagement. Temperature tapping away, sees Woolmeister going towards Library, but Swan wraps it up with a 3K. 4-1 for iNTACT. Every round's been close, but iNTACT is winning at the right moments. Mochilla, welcome. Mochilla's moderated in both my channel and the iNTACT channel, so he's getting the swords. He's pretty happy about it. On the season as well, just to add to Swan's ridiculous stats, he's plus 98. I think he's plus 100 now, given his frags that he's gotten here in terms of kills to deaths, which is an incredible stat. I think he might be one of the few players at that point. Turismo going to get the opening frag here on Clums. Just a pistol buy-up coming in for the fundamentals. An iNTACT farm in the frags. Bushmaster now goes down. Bushmaster, formerly known as the Truth, has swapped his name. Spongy going to get the frag on Temperature. Swan gets another one on Deco. And now it's going to be Turismo to wrap things up on Robbie. Turismo with the 3K in the anti-eco. And iNTACT now look like they are going to try to roll along as they did in the previous match, which they won 16-1 against Reborn. I don't think this one's going to be as easy since the fundamentals have a ton of experience under their belts. 909 ESEA matches played combined, almost at 1,000. And the leader is Robbie with 256 games played, and over his career, 1.40 KDR with an ADR of 93.7. The man is a beast. He's been struggling a bit as of late. We'll see if he can come back here and help his team out against iNTACT. Opening frag again, going to iNTACT. This is on a full buy-up by the fundamentals. Clum's going to go down. The Swan peeking over that smoke on the half ball. Gets his first frag of the round. But then I thought he could connect on that one. Was just moving around a little bit too much. The crosshair placement was on point, but the movement was not. So he goes down. 4v3, but Shake does recover the op, which is important. You don't want to throw that into the hands of the fundamentals. They still have Deco, Bushmaster, and Temperature standing. In the chat, Baby saying, wait, iNTACT got Spongy? Well, yeah, Spongy's been playing with them over the past, I think, 4. Let me double check that. Yep, past 4 matches. This is his 5th match with iNTACT. And he was picked up to replace Nox. Still hasn't committed to sticking with the iNTACT roster, but he's playing things out here. might find himself in the playoffs with them. Not a permanent fifth as of yet. Spongy, as we talk about him, gets the frag on Bushmaster. 3v2. Temperature looking for the response and gets it. 2v2 now. Another close round coming in, and Temperature's going to get the bomb plant. Shake down to 47, but Will still at 100 HP with the AK in hand. Oh, Temperature did not want that molly to hit the wall. He wanted it to go further on at truck side, so that gives a lot of space for Will Master to work with. They're trying to make the best of it and throw the smoke on there to maybe give themselves some cover. Trying to jump over the smokes. Shake does. Finds the frag on Deco, leaving only Temperature on the site. They're going to try and close in and ensure the trade comes in. Temperature spotted out. Willmeister getting cover at Graveyard. Finds the frag. That'll be that. iNTACT do indeed roll along to a 6th round victory. Another close one, but the Fundamentals are unable to close it out in these close rounds. So now the Fundamentals will be on the full loss bonus, with iNTACT getting 5 in a row. And they're going to use it. Line up here. Rosters are locked, so Spongy might... Oh, they're locked now. I thought they would be locked. I wasn't sure, though. But thank you for confirming, Ziphos, in the chat. So, roster's locked. Spongy is in the playoffs here with iNTACT. I guess the question now is, Spongy going to stick with iNTACT in season number 30? And also, how far will iNTACT get in the playoffs with a team like Furia there? Let's get back down to earth here, guys. Round number 8 of this match. The Fundamentals have secured a playoff spot for themselves. The question is, how high will they finish in the season? Temperature coming out here with Bushmaster. Bushmaster going to throw an AG grenade, and Temperature's going to follow up with one of his own. Not going to do any damage there on the iNTACT side. Swan is down to 48 here, taking a bit of damage early on. There's a lot of time left for the Fundamentals to make their play, and there's Temperature going to pick up the bomb. It's going to be an A hit, almost certainly, as everyone is setting up here for the Fundamentals. Ziphos, I got it right. I'm proud of myself. I don't always get the name right, but... The name rights? The name's right. But I did it there. Swan going to go down here, overwhelmed here at truck side, but at least giving information to his squad that other people are going to come in here for the Fundamentals. Turismo going to find one on Clums. Robbie and Bushmaster respond with 2, but Spongy's still kicking here in pit. Makes it a 3v2 instead of a 4v2. Robbie and Bushmaster are very lit, only 56 HP combined, and the bomb goes down here. Post-plant situation. Willmeister going to throw a flash and a molly onto the site. Tries to open up some space for himself, and Spongy is there to cover him, so he can try to go for something here. Bushmaster boosted up at boost spot. Willmeister fragging him, and now only 20 HP Robbie to deal with, and Temperature at 40. Temperature goes down. Robbie the last one standing in a 2v1. Great work by Willmeister, who needs a 3K now to make it happen, but Robbie peeks around the corner, waking up at the right time in the match. Finally, the Fundamentals have an answer, and they get their 2nd round victory on the match, 6-2. In favor of iNTACT, round number 9. But we've been blessed with some excellent Counter-Strike here so far tonight, guys. Starting with the match against, was Reload Focus against Team Livid. That one finished with 30 rounds total. We'll see if this one goes the distance as well. But the Fundamentals going to have to find a way to win those rounds, as they did there in that previous one. Robbie going to throw a quick HE grenade up towards mid. The bad news for the Fundamentals, of course, that iNTACT still has plenty of economy to work with, and they fully buy up. There's Swan doing his magic again, finding Clum. Spongy gets Bushmaster. Now Willmeister's trying to frag through that smoke, but no one's there to frag. The Fundamentals have Temperature, Robbie, and Deco standing. They forced up what they could in the round, getting 2 Galils. Having 2 Galils and an AK still standing. Seems like Temperature found one of the AKs on the ground, though, so now it's 2 AKs and a Galil. Temperature going to walk in here from Boiler. Finds Swan. Deco gets Willmeister, and so now evened out at a 3v3. Great response by the Fundamentals, regaining their composure. Turismo and Spongy are going to be on this A site, and Turismo, the ADR leader for his squad on the season. It's been that way since day 1, or game 1, I should say. 93.2. Deco. Great flashbang thrown there to Arch side. Turismo finds the easy frag, and now Shake going to spot out Temperature. I think that was at B. Robbie, the last one standing. Bomb control for iNTACT. But Robbie might be able to catch Shake off guard. I don't know if Shake knows that he's pushed up all the way to the B side already. Shake going to play a good angle, though, so he's ready for anything. Robbie going to pick up the bomb. Oh, no. I don't know if they spotted that one out. Maybe not ready for everything. That bomb was a little further into Banana than maybe Shake was hoping for. And now Shake didn't hear Robbie pick up the bomb. You do see Turismo coming around from CT. Spots out Robbie trying to get this bomb plant down, and Robbie can't get it as a result. Time ticking away, and Turismo, thankfully for iNTACT, is there to save the day. 7-2. in favor of iNTACT. Heading into round number 10, guys. The fundamentals are fully reset, and we'll see what they decide to do. They could buy up a pistol, but I would recommend nothing except for maybe Clums. Match going to be paused likely by the fundamentals. And Hardman saying the fundies keep giving them opening frags. Agreed, yeah. And Swans, I wouldn't say giving them, because Swan is so good around mid with the op that it's hard for anyone to get any type of momentum going when he's on his game, which he is right now. All right. Robbie, where's my plant money, bro? Scrub, yeah, no. I think he would have been better off sticking it in that situation, since he knew Turismo would have to rotate around from construction or push on, or full on push him to get him before he planted the bomb. So he could have had it. Didn't. Doesn't matter. Willmeister, though, in his first 4 matches with iNTACT, has been top frag twice. 24-9 against the Grizzlies and 21-7 against Reborn. Over the last 3, Willmeister 60 frags, 1.71 KDR, and 98.4 ADR, so he's proving to be a very worthy pickup here for iNTACT, replacing Optimus, who is also a very strong player. Turismo gonna find the opening frag. Spongy gets the second. Spongy with the 3K. The eco round not playing out well here for fundamentals this time around. Turismo gets the final one, 8-2 for iNTACT, who have already secured the first half here with those 8 rounds. Heading into round number 11 now. It's not Godismo anymore. Willmeister took over. Ooh, Mochilla with the savage comment in the chat. It doesn't hurt to have 2, says M. Hardman. I agree with that. 2 good fraggers on iNTACT. Well, I shouldn't say 2, 5 good fraggers on iNTACT. Spongy with all that MDL experience, 4 seasons of MDL with Vision Gaming, certainly helping out here as they head into the playoffs. I think Spongy could tilt things in their favor in matches that they previously lost against MDL teams in qualifiers by 16-14 or closer than that, in overtime, 19-16, things like that. That's when you need that experience to help you out. Anyway, H grenade going to be thrown by Shake in towards Logs as Willmeister pushes up a little bit, then thinks better of it and backs off. Another save round coming in for fundamentals. 4 Glocks and a P250. Swan waiting there. They spotted out the op, and they're hungry. There's some frags. The last opper you want to be charging down towards, though, is Swan. He can really get those frags, but Bushmaster blindsides him with the Glock, gets an op for his efforts. Now the op in the hands of the fundamentals. Turismo has to be careful here. Doesn't want to peek out from headshot prematurely and get his head taken clean off. Robbie is going to get dropped the op now. And they're going to try and work over to the B site. This is the right play for the fundamentals with only 1 player on iNTACT there. That's Willmeister. Bushmeister. I know, it happens. It would be a cooler name, maybe. Anyway, Willmeister has a good angle to hold here. Finds Deco, then backs off towards Banana. He's got some reinforcements as well in the form of Shake. I think they might try to give the plant to the fundamentals here. Peeking around is Willmeister. No, not going to happen. Willmeister was trying not to, but he couldn't get the frag in time. So post-plant situation, Temperature and Robbie hiding out in construction, but Robbie has the AWP. iNTACT knows it, and they're going to try and push out here. Jumping around. Willmeister cannot connect on his shots. Robbie's still alive, but there we go. Turismo to support. Gets Robbie. Willmeister finds Temperature and iNTACT. Not fussed too much by that anti-eco, or by the eco, I should say. 9-2 in their favor. And Taco Mike, who cast these, Heiser said who cast these, and of course it's myself, JRTTV. And thank you very much for the compliment, Heiser. Appreciate that, man. Will thought he had more bullets. Yeah, that has to be the only explanation why he did that. But anyway, 9-2 for iNTACT. Heading into round number 12, guys. And Robbie is going to spot out Spongy off the bat here around mid. So that's a good opening frag by the fundamentals. Finally, maybe get some stuff done. Deku gets a second. And I think that's the first 5v3 the fundamentals I've seen in the match to open things up. Shake, Swan, and Willmeister still standing. Willmeister at the B site. Shake is trying to rotate the B to support. And so is Swan. The fundamentals have really bamboozled iNTACT here, as they are not expecting the A site hit. A is completely open for the fundamentals to work with. Nice little fake towards that B site, and then they fall on back to take A uncontested here. The fundamentals played 3 matches in a row on Inferno recently. They're 4-0 on Inferno so far, and they've only dropped 10 or more rounds twice against Thunder Logic and Reload Focus of those 4 matches. He defeated Cirrus Esports 16-9 and Forest Esports 16-7, and now iNTACT. I don't know. They're going to try and make this happen here. Willmeister spots out an aggressive Robbie, but it's a 4v3. They just want to save these guns. Smart play by Willmeister, throwing the op over the wall so Clums won't be able to recover that. And that's going to frustrate Fundamentals quite a bit. Shakezilla is going to find Clums. They're just going for the exit frags now. They're giving the Fundamentals the round, and they're trying to do the damage to the economy already done with that frag and the op thrown over the wall. Temperature trying to hunt out Shake, who is just barely hidden behind that smoke. And now Temperature's going to back off, but he has to run away from the bomb here. Deco going to go down mid. Swan spots out Deco and Temperature, looking to do the damage. Deco down to 24, and now Swan just going to run away, saving the op. Doesn't want to deal with that for too long. 9-3 in favor of iNTACT. I heard glove skins make your aim better, says Mochella. They do. I can confirm, except not. Because if they did, I'd be playing a lot better right now, because I have a glove skin. But I do love Swan's gloves. Now they're on the subject. Look at this run boost. I love it. Always coming in. Swan makes it work. Robbie gonna go down. Swan is so good at that boost. Swan gonna take a nade down to 79 HP. 5v4 now. Swan with the opening frag in the round for, I think, the 6th time. He gets a second now on Clums, making it work. Hitting 15 frags with that one. 15 and 8 leading the scoreboard on both sides. $1:13 on the clock. The Fundamentals leaving the bomb down next to T-spawn as they're trying to work for some map control before they go for the plant. They're going to have to be careful here. I think Deco's getting a little too aggressive here at Boiler, looking for some frags. Willmeister spots out Bushmaster, and now Deco's going to go down as well to Shake, leaving only Temperature standing. And he might have to engage with Swan. I think Swan's backed off for mid at this point. Yeah, he's on the A side. So Temperature at Underpass, looking up and down for, well, for Swan. Firing away. 37 seconds left, has the bomb on his back, giving away his position with those 2 shots, and Spongy is likely going to try and creep up from the side here. No, actually, no. Not going to go for it. Turismo waiting patiently. There he goes. Now he jumps down and waits for Temperature to come out, and that'll be that. Temperature falls to his doom to Spongy's AK. 10-3 for iNTACT, who get into double-digit round victory territory. 2 rounds remaining to be played here in this first half of action. Let's check out that scoreboard. iNTACT, unlike a couple of matches ago, when they just barely defeated Final Feature 16-14, it was the Swan show there. 40 frags for him. Everyone else really had a tough match on iNTACT, but the last one and this one, everyone's been contributing. You see 13 for Turismo Willmeister, Spongy at 10, Shake at 9, and Swan at 15. Everyone contributing here. And it was the same case in the last match. Like I said, almost everyone above 1 frag per round. There's not much more you can ask for. 129 remaining here in round number 14, and the Fundamentals just forcing up whatever they can, it seems. 2 CZs, a Deagle, an AWP, and an AK. Temperature. Coming into the apps now. As the Fundamentals trying to win out the half and prevent iNTACT from getting a stranglehold on this match. Pops out. Deco, even through the flashbang, spots him out. Robbie gets Willmeister. So here we go. The Fundamentals with the 5v3 advantage once more. Can they turn it into a round victory this time is the question. Shake waiting on the B site all by his lonesome as the Fundamentals again trying to fake out an A hit and go to B. Shake. Waiting in construction, hoping to catch the Fundamentals off guard. They do have 2 AKs in hand now. AWP, Deagle, and a CZ. Robbie down to 39 HP. And Temperature doesn't have the body armor to work with, so he'll be an easy frag. But you don't have to deal with the rest first. Shake waiting patiently here. Deco looks the wrong way. Easy frag for Shake. Swan also gets Bushmaster, so a 2v3. Shake looking for more, but Clums finds him, leaving only Swan standing in the 1v3. Swan's done it before. Can he do it again? Nature Grenade going to take him down to 90 HP. Throws a smoke, giving away his position. Pulls out the CZ. Flashbang throw. I'm not sure if it was by Swan, but through the smoke, he domes Temperature. And Clums down to 9 HP. Robbie only at 39 as well. Swan going to try to make this work. Waits beyond the smoke. Spots out Clums. The bomb is going to explode anyway. Doesn't have time to defuse, but wow, what an effort by Swan, taking so much economy out of the hands of the Fundamentals. Robbie saves the AWP, but that's all they take out of this round. That accidental CZ headshot was crazy by Swan. The Fundamentals do indeed find their 4th round victory, but Swan, when things are going your way, I mean, they really are going your way. Swan, 18 frags. 15th round of play. The Fundamentals will still have enough to buy up the hardware they need in terms of weaponry, but utility-wise, they're a bit strapped because they had to full buy up for 4 people. It's skill, says DMAC Mizzle. Well, a little bit of luck never hurts. 15th and final round of play here in the first half of action, guys. Temperature. I'm looking towards mid to see if anyone's coming out there. Of course, probably doesn't want to deal with Swan. Swan's actually down to 20. I believe he did engage here around mid. He's backed off wisely. I'm going to hold the angle at mid from arch side. Shake throwing that molly down banana. And nothing doing just yet for the Fundamentals, who are taking their time. Burning some utility at the B site and now rotating around to alt mid. Clums, Bushmaster, Robbie, Temperature, and Deco all grouped up together as Deco strays off the off-traveled path here for the Fundamentals, lurking in the apartments. Spongy getting that nade primed and ready. 36 seconds left. The Fundamentals definitely hitting the A side. Here they come, filtering in from mid towards truck side. They're going to be greeted by Willmeister, who's going to find the frag on Robbie, but traded out by Clums. Turismo trades it back. Back and forth action here, 3v3. The Fundamentals running out of time as they waited for the very last second to get into this site. Bushmaster does find Swan, but traded out again by Shake, and then Spongy gets Deco. Now Bushmaster is going to get the bomb plant, but he's surrounded. Spongy and Shake closing in from both angles here at truck side. Oh, now Bushmaster through the wall, gonna get domed at 96, but still alive. Gonna find maybe 2. No! Bushmaster goes down. Shake gets the final frag, and iNTACT do indeed hold on in the round to get the 11th round victory, 11-4 in their favor at the end of the first half. That could have been a lot closer than it was, especially early on. We could be seeing an 8-7 scoreline, but the Fundamentals, like you saw, just could not find a way to shut down iNTACT in the first 6 rounds. Anyway, guys, I'm JRT. Hope you're enjoying the cast so far. If you are, I would really appreciate a follow at JRTTV with 2 E's at the end in the top left-hand corner. That's on my Twitter. And on my Twitch, just JRTTV. On my Twitter, I usually post my schedule, upcoming matches if they're not on my schedule, and highlights as well. So you might want to check that one out. Not sure if I'll have the highlights for both these matches posted tonight, but we'll see. See how much time I have and how tired I am. 16th round of play here, guys, though. The Fundamentals sitting at 10-3, looking for their 11th victory on the season. iNTACT looking for their 13th. And one step closer to clinching that second seed. Calm's going to find the opening frag here at Banana. Turismo getting taken down a notch. The rest of iNTACT going to try to come in from apartments, where Robbie there to greet them as well. 5v3. Willmeister does get a response for iNTACT, and now is looking for more here. Deco and Temperature waiting on the A site. Shake, Spongy, and Willmeister a bit spread out here. Willmeister's grouped up with Spongy, and Shake is by his lonesome at Banana. Lots of time for iNTACT to work with here on their pistol round. 1:03 on the clock. Temperature and Deco both backed off completely off the A site, so thinking about maybe going for the retake. Good fake happening here by Shakezilla over on the B side, and they figured out Fundamentals for a second. They're like, oh, wait, let's go back to the A site. It looks like they're going to be coming there instead. And now Deco watching at Library, sees Spongy go across, but Spongy is going to get the bomb plant, and that is thanks to the efforts of Shake over on B. The IGL making the calls, and then coming to Boiler and finding the frag on Temperature. He high-tailed it to Boiler, and now he could get a second one, but does not. He falls to Clums, but perhaps the damage done here A site, even on the pistol run, is very hard to retake for the CTs. Clum's going to get tapped down to 68. Now Willmeister's trying to find him. He does, and that leaves Spongy still alive and kicking to go set up for crossfire here on Bushmaster. Bushmaster goes down. Now Spongy flicks around towards Deco, who does spot him out. Willmeister's going to have to try to play the time here and prevent Deco from getting the defusal. Deco, no kit, can't get it. It's over. iNTACT do indeed hold on here. Great play by Shake to get things going here, and they're just going to try and knife it out and both die from the bomb. A little bit of fun there at the end of the round, but iNTACT secure a 12th round victory. But like I said, Shake, with that great fake on the B site, staying alive, firing away, convincing the fundamentals it would happen at that site. They lean towards it slowly but surely. Then you saw them going to commit, and they realized their error just a bit too late. Frags came in, and iNTACT 12-4. Fundamentals going to be on a almost full save here. CZ and a PT50 bot up. And iNTACT going to try and farm some SMG money. Only one rifle in play. That's Spongy with the AK. You see iNTACT setting up at the B site. There's that molly coming in. 4 new box, I believe. Turismo, Willmeister, and Swan now working their way in. Spongy taps away at the head of Bushmaster. Doesn't want to lose that AK in this round. Deco slammed down to 40. Willmeister coming out, running and gunning with the MAC-10 and making that $600 go right into his pocket. Willmeister looking for more now. Bushmaster and Willmeister. Getting my tongue tied. Anyway, Turismo is going to look to farm some money. He gets Deco, Temperature, and Robbie are the last two standing for the fundamentals. And they're backing into the A side. They're just desperately trying to stay alive here. It's not going to happen. All that money coming into the accounts of iNTACT. 600 for each SMG frag. That's 2,400 on the round. And now iNTACT going to be in a much better position to buy up here. If they choose to do so, they don't have to. They could go for the bonus round. And indeed they will. The fundamentals buying up 4 M4A4s and M4A1S. And a decent chunk of utility. Not full utility, but enough to work with here. Run iNTACT, same buy up. They've made it work before. See what happens this time. They're really good with those MAC-10s. Swan gonna walk out with the MP5S. Doesn't do anything just yet, but there it is. Turismo Willmeister finding the MAC-10 frags, and Turismo again flicking around his Shake, trying to get the 4th one, but Robbie desperately trying to keep his team alive in the round, gets the 2K, 2v2 now. Bushmaster and Robbie do have bomb control, and Turismo tries to go on the flank, but it doesn't work. Bushmaster spots him out. So it looked promising to start off here for iNTACT on their bonus round, but now it's down to Willmeister, and Robbie's going to pop up from Cubby, end him. Robbie with the 3K. 5 round victories for the fundamentals. They finally end that run for iNTACT here in the second half. Like I mentioned, Robbie has been a pretty solid player on the squad this season. His last top frag performance was against Tectonic 2 matches ago. 25 and 15 with an ADR of 98.3. Since then, struggled a bit, but he's trying to wake up here, and 12 and 15 now. 3 in that previous one. Willmeister working his way up at alt mid with Turismo, who's just jumped in to window room here. Willmeister grouping up with Turismo. Did Turismo back down? No, he's still a window room, just barely. Setting up a smoke here. Jump smoke. Coming in to that A site. That should give some cover to Willmeister to work with. Swan now checking out what's happening at mid. And Robbie gonna use the smoke to his advantage actually. Shake gonna get fragged here. 5v4 for the fundamentals. UMP 45 and an MP9 round at the buy for the fundamentals, so they're really up against it. iNTACT hoping to continue their run and reset the economy of the fundamentals. Turismo walking out here towards the A site. He goes down, but Swan finds a frag in response. Willmeister does as well, but Swan goes down. 2v3. Robbie looking for more. Willmeister and Spongy come out, and they get the frags. Nicely done. Clums and Bushmaster, the last two standing. 2v2. Bushmaster pinching in from our side. Clums is down. Now it's all to Bushmaster. I think they heard him. Willmeister goes and flicks for the frag. Gets it. 3K. iNTACT do indeed fully reset the economy of the fundamentals. That is just catastrophic for the fundamentals. Now down by 9 rounds. Their economy shattered. And iNTACT is going to try to roll along here with plenty of money to work with to buy up those AKs at least. Scottio, what? Retirement? I feel like I should have seen this. What happened? I'm like desperately checking my Twitter now. I'm supposed to know everything that's going on in advance, Scottio. You should have DM'd me. Anyway, the pause has ended here. 14-5 in favor of iNTACT. Deagle, 2 Deagles, 2 CZs, and a UMP-45 bought up for the fundamentals. Okay, it was a joke. I understand. Whew. All right. Oh, I remember that, Taco Mike. Okay. Because he said it was going to be 16 to... Okay, so it was just continuing on that line of thinking. Perfect. iNTACT. Looking to get their 15th round victory here, and it's very possible. Look at Turismo right next to Robbie. Doesn't know it just yet. Temperature pushed up a truck here, and now it's going to fall back into pit with the UMP-45. iNTACT. Throwing a smoke here towards mid. Still not committing to either site. Knowing that the economy is very shot for the fundamentals, they don't want to make a mistake here and try to push the issue too quickly. Shake, Swan, and Spongy creeping up on Banana. 3 members for the fundamentals now on this B site as Deco has rotated from CT side. Temperature going to throw a smoke for himself here at pit. And iNTACT now committing towards the A site. Shake throwing the smoke for Arch. And here they come. 2 towards our side. Robbie trying to do the damage. He does get Turismo down to 48 and looks to tap away at Shake and finds the frag. Robbie doing the work here on the A site. Doesn't pick up a gun though as he has to back off and Turismo trades him out. Temperature though with the UMP-45 responds on Turismo, but Spongy with the immediate trade. 3v3. Deco picking up the AK that was dropped on the ground and looking to do some damage at Arch side, but a great smoke. Good timing on that smoke as well from Willmeister. He's going to throw a flashbang now for Swan, but Swan goes down. 3v2. Spongy waiting on the site with only Willmeister to help him out. Good crossfire setup at the very least. Deco down to 42 HP, firing away at Willmeister, but just cannot connect on a shot. Molly thrown, but Willmeister doesn't even care. Goes through it, gets the frag, and then finds Bushmaster as well. Willmeister with 2, Spongy with 2 as well. And that's going to be that. iNTACT do indeed find the 15th round victory, 15-5. And count it, 10 match points for iNTACT Esports. They're 1 round away from a 13th victory on the season, and they'll head into their final match with pretty much their fate in their own hands for that number 2 seed. But it's not over yet. The fundamentals still have a chance. They're going to have to force up again here. UMP-45, 3 Deagles, and a Scout. But we've seen what Clums can do with that Deagle. And there it is again. 1 Deagle on Spongy after Spongy took out his teammate. 4v4. Temperature is going to find Turismo. Fundamentals still have a chance here in this 4v3. Robbie spamming through the smoke with the Deagle after he threw that HE grenade. Knows that Willmeister's hanging out there. Shake from Library. He's going to try and creep up with his MAC-10. Actually now looking towards CT spawn in Library. The bomb on the back of Swan, who has the AWP. Robbie does engage, but goes down to 15 HP against Willmeister. 2 AKs now picked up off the ground by the fundamentals. I think at this point maybe Clum should just rock the Deagle. Swan is going to find Robbie with a nice little peek from balcony. Temperature looking for a response, and he gets it. Willmeister goes down. 3v2, 46 seconds left, and Swan is just trying to open up some space. Only 2 members of the Fundamentals here to greet iNTACT, and Swan doesn't know that Deco's already gotten in on the flank. If he backs off, it's to his doom. Not doing so just yet. Temperature through the smoke gets Shake. What a frag. Now it's a 1v2 as Swan does get Deco on the flank. Swan still at 100 HP, but now down to 12. Good spray down there from Temperature, and Swan's trapped. He knows it, and he can't get out of it. Temperature finds the frag on Swan, and the Fundamentals are not done yet. Not to mention, Temperature found himself a 4K in the round to help his team out. 15-6. iNTACT now down to 9 match points. Ziphos in the chat saying, Swan clutch incoming, rip, never mind. Rip indeed. But iNTACT still has, I think, no, actually, because they're losing quite a few members. These rounds have been really close regardless of the scoreline. And they're just going to have to opt for a pistol armor buyup and wait for the rifles to come in perhaps the following round or the round after that. They could go for a double save. And iNTACT are strong on their eco rounds. Bushmaster is going to spot out Spongy. Coming in to that B site. Turismo gets 1. Just tapping away at the Tech 9. Robbie gets 2, but how did Turismo have that much time to fire? He's just sitting there tapping away with the Tech 9 while Bushmaster was trying to frag him. Anyway, Clum's going to get Willmeister, and it's down to Swan. This eco round going as you would expect for iNTACT. Clum's throws the smoke down to 1 HP, but still makes it work on Swan. That's going to be that Fundamentals 7th round victory. Let's check out that scoreboard. Deco, struggling a little bit in this match at 6 and 19, but everyone else is picking up the slack, especially Clums. Been saying his name a lot tonight, and for good reason. 18 frags so far. Over on iNTACT, it's the Willmeister and Swan show. Actually, it's just everyone showing up, but Willmeister and Swan leading the charge with 46 frags combined. Spongy coming in with 17, and Turismo with 19. Shakezilla at the back of the pack with 13, but as is the case for Shakezilla, I think it's 5+ matches in the season where he's been the lowest, had the lowest amount of deaths on either squad. Again, can celebrate for that. 9 frags only. And we're 22 rounds in. 9 frags only against him, I should say. Robbie, going to get the opening frag on Swan. Again, it's going to be a pistol save round. And Fundamentals just getting the frags pretty handily here. Deco finds Shake, and Willmeister the last one standing. So iNTACT do indeed opt for the double save. Willmeister does get a nice little shot from the Deagle there on Deco, though. Deco just cannot buy a frag. Does Clums have more Deagle kills than AK kills? I think it's close. But I did see him get quite a few AK kills as well. We'll have to check on that maybe after the match. Willmeister just tried to peek there. Maybe bait out some shots to know where the Fundamentals were. 45 seconds, and he can go for this one. Has the FAMAS on his back. Not sure he knows he picked it up. Robbie finds the frag on Willmeister. That will be that. Fundamentals get an 8th round victory. It's getting closer and closer. But iNTACT now going to have the AKs bought up and ready to go. iNTACT looking to seal this one out here. Swan rocking the op on his T side. I think he's going to go for a pick around mid. Here he comes. Could face off against Deco. The offer for Fundamentals, or perhaps Robbie. No, he's going to actually head on into mid. What is happening here? In Banana, Swan burns Robbie alive. He stands behind the half wall, and I don't think he realized the molly was reaching him. What a way to go down in a very critical round of action. Luckily for him, Bushmaster does trade out Swan, who misses his shot, but I'm not too sure what happened there. 1:22 on the clock. And Spongy trying to prime some utility here. Throwing that smoke for CT. Looking to fake the B hit, maybe rotate Fundamentals a little bit off of that A site, but no, they hold their ground. Clums standing fast here on default, and Temperature playing in pit. Temperature from pit here. Looking over the smoke. Turismo. Oh, look at that jump. That's a nice jump to stay inside the smoke, jumping onto the truck. And Temperature going to throw a flashbang here. I think he knows that iNTACT is somewhere around. Turismo gets the frag on Clums, though. Spongy finds Temperature. 3v2. This could be it. Deco is trying to come around from Library and finds Willmeister. Great shot. Close range with the op. Bomb goes down. Post-plant situation. 2v2. Deco peeking over at headshot on the A site. iNTACT waiting patiently for them to come in. Maybe a bit of a peek coming in from Spongy. He does get some information and backs off again. Lilmeister and Deco stacked up here. Bushmaster and Deco, excuse me, stacked up. But Turismo gets the final 2. 3 frags for him. That is going to be that. Finally, iNTACT close it out. 16-8, the final score. And that one was a fast and furious matchup with tons of highlights. Lots of fun. But that is going to be